Hello everyone, this is Bev from Art by Bedell, and we are going to be working in our Christmas journal again today. We have a ledger paper that I want to decorate up, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a flip out, and we're going to use an 8.5 by 11 piece of coffee stained copy paper to make this flip out. And you can do it on either side of your page. It really doesn't matter. I've just chosen this side for this one. The one we're doing today is, I think, is the other side. So you'll see both ways. We'll put a little cluster up here and it flips out like this. And there's your inside like that. So let's get to this. We have our ledger paper. Here we go. And it was too wide for my journal. So I needed to adjust that. So I folded it to the width of my journal and then folded back the excess. That is going to be our hinge for our flip out. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take our flip out, which is an 8.5 by 11 piece of copy paper. And I had to trim it down to 5 inches wide because the 5.5 was just too wide for this piece of ledger paper. And I will take my art glitter glue and put some glue all along the top, the bottom, and the two sides. Then I will take my ledger paper and lay that right on top like this and press that down. Open it up and secure it even better by pressing it down. There we go. So the next thing I want to do is take all of this. I have pre-inked up the edges of all of this with my Distress Oxide Vintage Photo Ink and my applicator tool. Now I want to take my stencil, my poinsettia stencil, and I'm going to put poinsettias on both sides of the ledger paper and all 4 sides of the copy paper. I'll show you a couple of these and then I'll finish the rest off screen, off camera. And depending on how hard you press on your brush, you could get some really nicely faded ones with only partial image like that, or you can get the bolder ones like this. It's totally up to you. So I'll be back when this is done. There, we have all the poinsettias on. Our next step is to, here's the inside of our page. We want to put a cluster up here. If you remember those strips that we tore off our corners when we did our corner tuck spots, and I said we'd save them and use them for another project. This is another project. And we are going to add that along with, that'll work. We'll ink up around the edges of that and glue these 2 strips down. For a topper for this, I want to add a piece of lace here. And then this stocking cigarette card here. I think that's what they call those. And I'll put that down with my art glitter glue also. There we go. And hold that down until it grabs a hold of all the paper underneath. All right, I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine and stitch around this card here. And that'll catch in the lace and the card. Great, that completes the top part. Now when we open it up, on this side, I'm going to add just some ink. Oops, got to open it all the way to the inside, to the ledger paper. Around the edge of the ledger paper, I want to just add some ink, just like that. And then I have a piece of stained copy paper that is cut in half, and I want to tear all 4 edges to make it fit inside this opening right here. So that'll do it, and then we'll ink up around the outside edges of this. I want to put a strip of paper right down along that side. And this was some that was used on the collage, or on the masterboard. Just like that. So I'll glue that down. And then glue this on top. Okay, so let's put a header on top of this paper, and we can use, I find a nice piece of the master board that we cut off. We'll use that right there and glue that down. And then put a piece of lace here also. I'm just going to put some glue where the stitches are condensed for the design here, because I'm going to go across this with a machine, and that will really sew it down in place so it doesn't go anywhere. There we go. Now for our next part, I have some mica flakes. They're not flakes as in flakes. They're kind of like mica chips. It's a sheet of mica left over from my scrapbooking day. I'll pull one of these out, and they're very thin. They're not plastic, they're mica. Let's see, what can I put them on so that you might see them? I really don't know, other than my hand, if you can see them. I want to take that, and I'm going to stamp and emboss on that. I have a magenta stamp that is 98002I, and I'm going to use my Versamark ink, and this is a poinsettia stamp, and I'm going to stamp right down onto my mica flake, and then pull it up. Take my gold embossing powder, you can probably see it now. There it is. And then we're going to heat that. There we go. How pretty is that, right? Now I want to take that and add that to the top of my page up here. So pretty. All right, before I do that, I'm forgetting here. I want to sew around this because I do not want to sew on the mica. I'm afraid that it will just break it up. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to go sew around this paper, and I will be right back. All right, I did crazy stitching, which is I just didn't do a straight line. I went around and about, and I mixed up some zigzag with some straight stitching, and it just made a clever texture to it. It shows through on the back, and I think that's pretty cool too. So now up here I want to add my mica flake, and I'm going to add that with my art glitter glue, and I'm going to go around all 4 edges. Let's see, let's put it right here in the corner like this. Now it adheres to the paper quite quickly, but it takes a minute for the lace. Okay, so that has a stocking on it. Let's imagine putting a poinsettia stamp on it. Ink up around the edges of that. Glue it down. And hold on to that for a minute too. Just until it sets. There we have it, guys. How cute is that? I love the mica. I will look and see if I can find a place where they still sell that. I think I bought mine from Susie Weinberg years ago. I'm not sure. I'll look around and see. And if I can find a link for it for somewhere, I'll link it below in the information. So there we have our flip out on ledger paper. We have our page in our book, and then we have this flip out here for journaling, and flip out more here. We have poinsettias on all sides, and that's complete. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that you'll be back again probably, let's see, for me today is Thursday. This should be going up tomorrow on Friday, and then I will see you with another video in the Christmas journal on Monday, but I'll probably be posting stuff over the weekend also. So thank you for watching. You have a great day, and we shall see you again soon. Bye now. I forgot to add something. Before I go, I want to, in the video where we added a mini journal I made out of an envelope, I wanted to let you know that I do have some of these in my Etsy shop. And this one has birds on it, and there's some bees on the strings. This is the envelope, and then we open it up and we have the mini journal. And I have not added a flap or a page on the flap because I wanted to keep the look of the envelope. You can add one if you like. This can fit over the side of your journal page like this, or you can use it as a standalone element. It would make a great Christmas card too for your journaling friend. And inside the front cover, we have a pocket with a journaling card on it. So these are on my Etsy shop as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.